guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Oluseyi. I am a lifestyle blogger or lifestyle and faith blogger, and I'm also the owner of Shop Modella on Instagram, also known as Modella Clothing and Accessories. For my business side, I will be relaunching my website soon, but because of the issue going on, the state of emergencies going on, unfortunately I haven't been able to receive a lot of my shipments, so that's why I had to put down my website. But stay tuned, I will let you guys know, and I will share more about my business once everything is sorted out. Thank you for joining me today on my channel. So this video I wanted to talk to you guys and just have a chit chat about nothing so serious, but also something encouraging and something of insight, and I think you could really get some value from this. I know, yes, I'm aware, we're all aware of the issue going on in the world right now, especially with the pandemic. Everywhere is, most places in the world is in a state of emergency, and there's so much, scary, negative things, news being shared more. But that's the reality of things. I do express my condolences if any member of your family has been affected. I just want to have a quick prayer for them. Heavenly Father, thank you for this moment. Thank you for the people watching this, for their lives. Lord, I pray for people that are experiencing or being affected by this pandemic, that they will receive restoration, complete soundness, and wholeness in Jesus' name. And if their family has been affected, I pray healing for them right now in the name of Jesus. Okay, guys, so I really hope that you're staying safe and you are safe, and that your family will recover from this, and we will all recover from it, because it's affected so many people in one way or the other. But I would like to focus on the positives and look at it from another perspective, because it's so easy to focus on the negative and not really see how this crucial time or season can actually be of benefit to us. So the first thing that I have taken advantage of in this season, and I'd like to encourage you guys, is to rest. The ability to rest. Like, rest is so important because it really allows you to gain clarity. Resting in actually itself means to be still, being still. If you're a Christian or believer, just taking the time to be still in the presence of God, just not thinking, not putting too much on your mind, but you're able to get clarity, clear your mind. You're able to stop worrying, be less anxious, just resting. A lot of us have been on the go. I know for myself, one thing, like the kind of person I am, I'm very active. Like, I can't stay in the house for like a whole week and not step outside. I cannot function that way, and I like to be on the go, move from one thing to the next thing. But this season has really taught me to rest and be able to think about things, gain clarity, gain perspective on new things. There's been a lot of things that maybe I haven't been focused on that I really would like to. One of the biggest example is for, in the beginning of the year, we all have New Year's resolutions. For me, I call them goals. I have New Year goals that I'd like to accomplish during the year. The time to rest will allow you to go back and look at those goals and see maybe where you went off track, right? To be able to be accountable for what you've done so far, and maybe if you've been distracted and haven't been able to do much, you can re-strategize and accomplish those goals. It also allows you to declutter your mind, because there's so much that goes on in our minds every single day. Like, we have work related issues, we have family related. If you have kids, you know, like you have to tend to your kids. If you're married, you have a partner. There's so much that goes on in your day, and this isn't really the time to rest. Get enough sleep. Work on your nutrition. If you're trying to lose or gain weight, I'm trying to gain weight, but this is time to work on those things, and just be still and just think, and just really think about what you've missed out on, or what you need to do once everything is no longer on pause. Moving on to my next point is reflecting on yourself. So part of the rest is allow me to be able to gain clarity of who I am, to analyze myself. Am I in tune with myself? Do I still know who I am, whose I am? You know, do I know who she is? Is there some things that she used to do that she no longer does, and because of that she's unhappy? You know, like for me, I found joy in being able to dress up and wear my heels and do my makeup. Guys, the truth is, I don't remember the last time I'm able to do this makeup. I don't remember the last time, right? But I was able to do that today, and I was just like, you know, going through my phone and what I used to dress like and the things I used to do that made me so happy in the past. And I just realized, like, wow, you really haven't been doing that. You've changed. You know, not necessarily those things were negative. It's just that because I'm busy, I no longer have time for these things. You're able to just, you know, look at your goals, you know, reflect on your goals. So, guys, you all have those New Year's resolution, right? Okay, so how many of you have completed one or two things and checked it out? Because we're in April, we're in the second quarter of the year, right? A quarter, is it 3 months or every 4 months? But anyway, we're in the second quarter of the year. April, it's April already. And so you should have checked off one or two things by now. I should have checked off one or two things. So this is a time to look back on those goals, look back at them, and like analyze, like, what if I've been off track? How did I achieve these goals? Have I achieved any? And also, if you haven't achieved any, it's not too late. This is the time to do it. This is a time to re-strategize on your goals. You know, if maybe one of your goals was to start a business, this is the time for you to strategize about that business. Because trust me, I can tell you a lot goes into starting a business. So use this time to, like, come up with your business name, your business ideas, the model of it, your vision, your mission, you know, to really then, as soon as the world is not on pause anymore, you can really jumpstart on your ideas. You can. If you want to start a business, part of starting a business, your business might need a website. This is a time to start working on your website. You might want to start a blog. This is a time to start working on your blog. I'm even speaking to myself. I've been saying I'll do be consistent on YouTube once again, and well, I haven't been, but here I am. So this is a time for you to do that. I promise you, I'm taking it seriously, and I really hope you're taking it seriously too, and will. So re-strategize on your goals. And a part of that is positioning yourself for the aftermath of this pandemic. You know, what do you plan to do after this thing is all over? If you've been laid off your job, or if you haven't been laid off your job, but you would like to change your job, what are you doing to make that goal come to fruition? So, like, if you have to do that, maybe work on your resume, learn the skills that's needed for that new job that you want to get, redefine your skills, like, you know, work on them, become better at what you do, because the truth is, a lot of jobs that laid off people will be looking to hire people once this pandemic is over. So you want to make sure that you're aligned, right? Because you need to make sure that you are in the right position. you are the right person for that job, and you have everything that's needed to take advantage of those opportunities. So use this time well for that. Another thing that you should be doing in this season, and you should really take the opportunity to do, is learning new things, guys. Learning new things, because as much as a lot of people have lost their jobs right now, the truth is, once the pandemic, after the pandemic goes away, the truth is a lot of these companies will need to rehire people, because the economy is going to boom again. We're not going to be in recession forever. The economy will boom again, and they'll be hiring a lot of new people, new experts, because there's a dynamic that's changing. Things are changing, so you really need to position yourself, learn new skills. If you're someone that wants to, for example, be in the fashion industry, maybe this is a time to pick up a skill and learn online about the fashion industry. Do your research. If you want to learn how to sew, for me, one thing I've done, and I'm happy, and I'm so happy that I was able to do in this time, was I was able to braid my sister's hair. Like, I didn't know that I could actually braid, and I'm not perfect yet, but I didn't know that I could do that. I didn't know. I just used to finish the ends of the braids for my hairstylist, like when I'm assisting her. But I didn't know that I could actually do it on my own. It took me 2 days, but it was a time for me to learn something new about myself that I didn't know that I had the capacity to do. So I would encourage you guys to learn new skills, pick up new skills. If you're into like computer science, you want to learn how to code, this is the time. There's a lot of free courses out there. Position yourself for what you want to, the goals you do want to achieve by the end of the year, because there's still time. Another thing is, I'd like us to take advantage of is the fact that there's 24 hours in a day, right? When before this pandemic, we would all say 24 hours is so short in a day. It goes by so fast. It goes by so fast. I can't get much done, and yada yada yada. Yeah, I'm guilty of that as well. But I do think 24 hours is more than enough. This time of being social distancing and being home has allowed me to realize that 24 hours is actually a lot of time, guys. 24 hours is a lot of time, because sometimes I wake up and I just like, oh my goodness, how am I gonna get through this day not going out? How am I gonna get through this day just being indoors and isolating and whatnot? But I've realized that it's more than enough time to really get things done. So even saying I'm bored, I say that too. Like, I'm like, I'm bored. I need something to do. I'm bored. I'm too bored to do something. Like, I'm too bored. Boredom, like, what does that even mean? That's how I confuse myself. I literally used to tell myself that. And I'm thinking to myself too, 24 hours is more than enough time for us to get things done. So part of that is you could come up with a schedule for yourself, a routine for yourself. Really be accountable for your time. Take advantage of each minute, each second. Make sure that you spend enough time with your family. Make sure you spend enough time, for yourself, talking to your friends, watching, set time for watching Netflix. I mean, don't use all your days to watch Netflix. Another thing that I would really like us to think about and take advantage of is your relationships. This is a time to reflect on your relationships with others. So one of the biggest, I put relationships into 4 categories. Number 1 relationship is your relationship with God. I'm a believer, and my relationship with God is so important to me. So when I say relationship with God, is making sure that you are spending your quiet time to see God's face and pray out God's will for your life. So I like to do that give myself like, okay, I'm gonna spend like 3 hours of my day spending time with God, or I'm gonna spend this much, or 5 hours, or whatever, whatever, even just as little as 5 minutes. Make sure that you're in tune with your relationship with your God, okay? With God. For me, that's Jesus Christ. The relationship you have with your family is so important. A lot of us, because we're so busy, and we're busy with school, we're busy with work, we don't put as much time and investment into our families. For me, I'm not usually home, but in this season, have been able to actually spend time with my family and watch Netflix with them and cook and like just do, spend time around the house and laugh and, get to know each other more, get to know, what this person is all about and what that person is like, is all about. Like, there's some things that you think you know about your family that you really don't. So this is a time to pay attention and spend quality time with them. The next relationship is relationship with your friends. Guys, it is so important. Your relationship with your friends is so important, because some of this friendship, they make or break you. Some of this friendship affect you mentally. Some of these friendships are actually draining, and sometimes you're the only one in the relationship, okay? You're the only one in the relationship. So this is a time to reflect on your friendship and really think about the people that you have in your inner circle. Recategorize your friendship. If there's a friend that's, that you're not really sure of your relationship, this is the time to figure out where you stand. Connect with your friends, call them, check on them, pray for them, encourage them. For me, this season has helped me to realize the things that I need to let go of, and things and friendships that I need to what's the word, closure, and gain closure on some friendships, because the truth is, there's just some things maybe you've held on to that you need to let go. And also there's some friendships that are occupying space in your life. Like, truth be told, there's some relationships that are occupying your time that you're supposed to give to other important friends. Just saying, period. The next one is relationship with your mentors. This is a time to learn from them even more. This is a time to connect with them. Just because you're not everybody is people are on a lockdown, is a time for you to get wisdom where wisdom is required. If you have a mentor in a certain industry, this is the time to connect with them. Ask questions that maybe they wouldn't have time to answer as much as when they had other requirements in their daily life, right? And finally, the relationship with your partner. If you have a boyfriend or fiance, or you're married, this is the time to tighten and make your relationship stronger. Or if you're in a situationship, this might be the time to make up your mind. Maybe you need to let go, or maybe you want to make it go into something deeper. But this is a time of reflection as a whole, is basically what I'm saying. Reflect, 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 and reflect. Another thing you should take advantage of in this season is decluttering your house. It is time to declutter. As you're decluttering your mind, you need to declutter your mind and your house, okay? Because there's really, I have realized that there's actually some things that I had in my room, for example, that I'm like, why? I don't need it, So this is a time to look in your surroundings, in your home, and things that you haven't used within a year or two, start putting them together so you can give them to charity after the virus is, gone, or some things that you actually need to throw away because they're junk. You shouldn't give junk to people. But if it's something you can bless somebody else with, that is in need, put them together and give them away. because the truth is, there's just some things that are occupying space even in your home that you don't need. Finally, I think that this is a time for us to work on our character as a human being, as a world, as a nation, as a person. Work on your character, because the truth is, your character says a lot about who you are. Develop good character. If there's been something that your friends and your family or your mentors have been telling you to work on, and or even your work colleagues, something that's always said like, oh, maybe Shay, you're so defensive. Like, maybe sit down and think about, am I really defensive? Oh, maybe I am defensive. Why am I defensive? This is the time to work on your character, really, because if you become a better person, it's a better you. Just like, it's a better you. And it is really important for you to have a good character, to have good relationships, and be able to extend, grace to other people, because you can identify what you had to work on, and you can realize that, okay, yeah, this person needs to work on this, but you're able to extend grace to them. So I think it's time for us to work on our character and be a good and a better person. However, I would also say, if there's some things that you're going through, that maybe you're going through, like, depression and whatnot, or issues that you haven't yet sorted out, and this is a time to seek a therapist or someone to talk to, because a lot of them are taking appointments over the phone, so you can clear out your mind and work on those things that are holding you back. Because after the pandemic, we'll all go back to our normal lives, and we need this world to be a better place. And you are positioned for greatness. You're positioned with the right skills, right? Your resumes are well done. Guys, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you got one or two things from it. Please, let's keep the conversation going down in the description box below. If you have any tips or anything you're doing in this season that encourage someone else and we can all learn from, please do share them below. How are you occupying time? How are you taking advantage of this season? Are you building new skills? Are you refining your skills? Are you spending time more with God? What are you doing? Let me know, and let's have a conversation down below. Until next time, guys, stay beautiful, stay blessed. Bye-bye.